So another thing that's really that I think that a lot of people don't think about when they are packing and like booking trips, make sure you read up on the airport in the countries like TSA limitations and prohibitions. Hello, BTW fam. So when we did our poll, I believe it was last year or earlier this year, when we did our poll, one of the things that people said that they wanted us to address was airport locations, like, you know, determining the best airport location to fly into, how do you choose, things that go into that. So I'm gonna do a nice short quick video about how I go about choosing my airport locations and what goes into me determining which one I want to fly into. So let's start with the most important thing that I can like share with you ever. Number one, research your destination. Wherever you're deciding to go, don't forget to research that destination, because you need to know everything there is to know. I mean, especially me, like as a solo traveler. So I don't always solo travel, but I've done it a couple times where I'm like, researching your destination is your best friend. Know how far your airport is from your hotel. Know how long it takes you to get from the airport to the hotel and vice versa. Know what, what transportation is in the area, if there's subway, if the local cabs are, good in that area, if there's a bus. Know, I like to research about like the best tourist locations, the best local locations, the best attractions, just researching your area and knowing it somewhat before you get there. I also like to download Google Maps, the offline version of Google Maps for the area that I'm going in. So when I went to Madrid in Portugal, before arriving there, I had already downloaded the offline version of Madrid where I was staying. I did it in a range that was wide enough to capture the hotel to the airport. To capture to get all the data from the airport to the hotel in just like a decent enough range, so that when I'm walking in the streets and I don't have data, I don't have Wi-Fi, I can still access the location, see how far certain things are. So definitely research your location before you even buy a ticket or book a ticket or even think about going anywhere. And then in doing that research, you kind of determine what airport location is best for you. So, for instance, certain airports have different pricing. So it may be cheaper to fly into one airport location rather than the other. And that's things that you could only find out if you do your appropriate research. But you should take the time to decide how much it's gonna cost you to get from the airports. So I'm gonna use London as a example. So for example, when I was flying into London, Heathrow, I believe I'm not sure. Well, the Heathrow airport, it was significantly closer to where I was staying than the Gatwick airport. However, the Gatwick airport was cheaper to fly into than the Heathrow airport. The only thing that prevented me from flying in from Gatwick rather than Heathrow was the money it would cost me to get from Gatwick to where I was staying. It didn't make sense to fly into Gatwick because the money that I would be saving flying into Gatwick instead of Heathrow, it would be spent towards me getting from Gatwick to where I'm staying in my hotel. Now, if I could fly into Gatwick and still save the same amount and still save money getting from Gatwick to where I was staying, I would have flown in to Gatwick, not Heathrow. But it didn't make sense because Heathrow was closer. I technically wasn't saving money. It was just going towards a different, thing. It was way cheaper to get from Heathrow Airport to where I was staying, significantly cheaper. So it just didn't make sense. Now, if I didn't do my research and I flew into Gatwick unknowingly, not knowing not knowing how close it was to where I was staying, I would have been, I wouldn't say I would have been stranded, but I would have been quite upset. So that's why it's important to know what location you're flying into, what location is best for you. It really all depends on like what you're doing, you know, how much time you're spending there. I don't know. Yeah, so basically in terms of choosing your airport location, I think the best advice that I can give is to research your destination before you get there, so you know everything that you need to know. So you know everything that you need to know, and you're not just going there unprepared. So another thing that's really, that I think that a lot of people don't think about when they are packing and like booking trips, make sure you read up on the airport in the countries like TSA limitations and prohibitions, or because I mean, I don't want to say it's standard for the most point, but like it's not standard. Like every country has their own sets of rules that you have to follow, and then you don't want to leave JFK with like a certain type of packed bag, and then you know you're coming back to your home country, and that like whatever airport you're leaving from doesn't allow you to have the same things that JFK allowed you to have. That's happened to me plenty of times where I got through JFK security with no problems, like no issues, but then I get to my second country and I'm trying to come back to JFK, and they're like, well, you can't have this, that, and the third. And then also in some countries, if you in some airports, this is another thing that, okay, this is okay. So this one is more specifically for people who have global entry and pre-check. Check to see if that airline even is it participating in the global entry program, or not even global entry, in the pre-check program. Also check to see if that airport even has a pre-check security. For instance, I'm gonna give you 2 instances for both of those. So in terms of like the airline not participating, I believe I forgot what airline. It was an Asian airline though. And even though I put in my KTN, my known traveler number, my global entry number, that airline did not participate in global entry in those programs. So I wasn't able to get TSA pre-check. It didn't show up on my boarding pass. So I had to go through general boarding, as if, you know, I didn't have my pre-check, my TSA pre-check. Another instance is in Jamaica, there is no pre-check. There is no TSA like separate line for the most part. Well, the times that I've been there was no TSA pre-check line where you can go through and, you know, just bypass everyone. It was like you get on the line and you go. Granted, the times that I went and the airport that I went from, I left and got into Kingston Airport. I don't know if the same is with Montego Bay, but... And then I also went during carnival time where it was very crowded and hectic, so that could be another reason. But the times that I went, there was no TSA pre-check line, so I wasn't able to do that, even though their TSA pre-check was on my ticket. So research those things so that you're not disappointed and you're not like, you know, just out here confused. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty much... that's all I wanted to cover for the airport locations video, vlog, I mean. If there's anything else you guys, you know, want us to mention, thought I should have added into this video, because honestly, deep down inside, I feel like I covered some stuff, but I feel like there's stuff that I'm missing, and I just can't think of it right now. So if there's anything else that I missed or you want to address, write it in the comments, let me know, DM me, etc. And I'll do my best to try and incorporate it in the next video. But thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We truly appreciate any little thing that you can offer us. I'm gonna say thank you for watching, and Have a great rest of your day, rest of your week, rest of your year. Bye, BT.